Welcome to GameWatt. I'm Chris, aka The Dark Wall. This week we have a special guest, the voices in my head. You can't hear them, but they'll be constantly screaming throughout the episode. We're only recommending 2 jams this week because we have a lot of past and ongoing jams to cover. We'll start with the Beans Jam 2017. This jam is written in Swedish. According to the Foreign Service Institute, Swedish is one of the top 10 easiest languages to learn, only requiring 24 weeks to get a general professional proficiency speaking thingy. Unfortunately, this jam starts on Friday, so I would recommend just translating it using computers which speak all the languages instantly. This is actually a surprise theme jam. The theme will be announced on the 12th of May when the jam begins. The jam ends on the 21st. Use the hashtag BeansJam. The second jam is the Philosophical Jam number 1. Create inspiration. Blow minds. Think of something nobody's ever thought before. The rules are you can create any genre of game you want so long as it makes people think. And then it says you can present an idea that doesn't have a purpose or realization that something we've always thought of as a constant is not that constant. A problem that didn't matter before and that has no solution. It can be something as simple as changing gravity. Just shake up the world and people's minds. Be a philosopher for a while. Show the inside of your mom's brain? A simulation of what best friends can really be. That grief has a land all its own. That math can actually serve a crazy awesome purpose, which is kind of what it does already, but let's pretend that's fictional. That a shape can be deceiving. The way things look to you, that things aren't always what we think they are. This starts on May 24th and ends on June 29th. Use the hashtag PhilosophyJam1. Now for the updates on past jams. The Space Crow Foundation jam never specified what the jam was actually about before it began, but it started anyways and will last until June 29th. The first and second weeks of 2 months Madness Jam both got 1 entry each. The third week did not, and the fourth week is currently happening. The first game is The Crowd. This claims to be a local multiplayer game. To be more specific, it's actually a couch competitive because both players use the same keyboard. One player on WASD and the other on the arrows. Curiously, this game has an alternative build for the ZQSD keys. I don't know what the second player uses, the in-game control prompts are the same. The aim of the game is to find the other players in a large crowd and kill them. Well, that kind of sounds fun actually. You only have 3 attempts to do this. The Crowd is for all ages and has an average rating of 4.3333. The second week entry was Curve Mania. This is like a competitive snake where you try to avoid yours and everyone else's trails whilst picking up power-ups, and giant Pac-Mans make more room for you to be snakes in. All ages, no rating. Breaking news, this just in. That game is no longer on the jam page because the jam hashtag was removed from the description. Not that it really matters. The Super Fan Jam ended up with 5 entries. Let's start with Charlie Brown Fallout. This is not a game. This is a non-interactive 3D diorama. It looks very nice. It's for all ages and has an average rating of 5. Next is Crash Maker. It's devlog only, but by the looks of the screenshots, it's 3D Crash Bandicoot. But you make your own levels. All ages, no rating. Fan Shooter. This is also devlog only, a shooter game explaining the story of that one desk fan in the first 5 Nights at Freddy's game. This one's teen and no ratings. This next game, also devlog only, One Night at the Bathroom 2. The first game was lost when the dev reformatted their PC, but apparently there is YouTube evidence of this existing. We only have a teaser image for the sequels, so let's do some investigative reporting and find video evidence of the original. And after watching 2 years worth of homemade cat videos, Ma could not find any specific evidence of that game. It's also teen, no rating. The last Fan Jam game is Resurgent Punch. Another devlog only game. The screenshots only show a platformer where you play as Pikachu. But the description says that you can play as One Punch Man, Sans, and that guy from Attack on Titan. All ages, no rating. The big ongoing jam right now is the Adventure Jam 2017. The list of teams is out. At the moment, 357 teams have entered. let's hope they all finish their games in time. Even though, goddamn, 350... We're not covering all those, Ma. We're not covering those. We'll just link them to the jam page and they can look at it. I don't get paid enough for this. You ain't gonna pay for the reconstructive surgery on my throat after I read through 357 games. I'm gonna take me a drink right now. I'm gonna take me a drink. Yeah, you have fun editing out this jingling water bottle of mine. Oh, that delicious lemony water soothes my vocal cords wonderfully. Okay. Even though the jam doesn't end until Friday, 26 games have already entered. Out of those 26 games, 26 of them are devlog only. Well, just look at a few of them that made an exceptional amount of posts. Poly Pirate is a low-poly game about pirates. Taro the Pirate had set out on his grandest expedition to date, with a loyal and steadfast crew by his side, and a whole world to take by the hands. He set out by the ship to the great unknown, the ocean. After weeks of adventure, combats, and plundering, they amassed before unseen amounts of wealth and status. But one morning, Taro finds his crew missing, and his gold gone. A betrayal of the highest degree. Take the role of Taro and solve the mysteries behind the missing gold, and much more. Plot twist, the gold didn't kidnap your crew. Probably. It actually did. Sidekick High, not a game about actual kicking, but a game about superheroes. Here's a screenshot. Spin Cycle. You can pretty much watch the entire development of this game on archived streams. The game is about reliving the same moment over and over again, Groundhog's Day style. Transhuman. This seems to be a first-person platformer, but it has gameplay footage. Ma has been keeping an eye on the Jam Discord to see what developers have been up to this whole time. So we have the scoop on some games that don't have pages yet, but have been streaming development. Micromon can only be described as Pokemon-esque. And then there's the unnamed project by Krozjin. Krozjin. Yeah, that's definitely a Russian. Krozjin. Vladimir. Yeah, it's definitely Russian. Vladimir Krozjin. That has interesting walking on the ceiling physics. You can watch both of those developers stream development or watch their archive streams on Twitch. That's about all the updates this week. Next week is more fireside articles. This is GameWatt. I am Chris, aka Dark Wall. Stay indie. Why you do this to me, Ma? I feel like I speak up, let everyone know how you treat me, and you just treat me worse. You're like, oh, I'll show you, confusing ass that I can write at the end of scripts to make you look like a jackass. As if changing the font from bold to skinny wasn't enough to make me trip over my tongue enough. Because that was like messing with my eyes, but you don't care. You don't care, and then you like leave that 357 teams entered at the top of the page, and really what that means is get ready to get throat. I know that's what it means. I know that's what it means.